Mushrooms?
Mushrooms. Mushrooms.
So what the hell is this series?
Bro, it's going to be a massive trip. That's all I know. Sabikui Bisco. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll roll with that. Sabikui Bisco. You know, first off, what drew my attention to this series when I saw like the cover art, like Stone Cold Bisco, our main character, looks like fucking Natsu and Kirishima fused together,
yes.
like straight up. So that's what immediately drew my attention. I'm like, what is this? So essentially, I will say the concept is actually interesting in a very wild way. It's very unique. I will definitely say that. And the concept is interesting where it's like, it's a post-apocalyptic Japan. You see that right at the beginning where it looks like it's like a bomb dropped or like some explosion happened.
Yeah.
Or you see it right at the beginning. You know, Japan is a massive wasteland and like rust just kind of like overtakes the world where it even overtakes people. Where like one of the characters you get to see, one of our main characters, I guess, from what I've seen of the intro and the, you know, she has like rust growing on her body. And her brother named, you know, this is not me making up a name for once, Dr. Panda, not making this up. That's actually
his nickname.
That's his nickname. That's legit. I'm not, this is not a gym situation.
His actual name is like Nekotamia or some crap like that.
And that's why I'm calling him his nickname, Dr. Panda. Anyway, so it's Dr. Panda's sister where he's, you know, she's like going up, like, you know, get up at one point. He says like, oh, you know, don't, you know, if the rust gets close to your heart, it'll kill you. So like the rust is like a legit problem. It overtakes everything. It overtakes life. Earlier on when you get to see Dr. Panda, you know, for the first time, he's helping a child who has rust growing. Yeah, in a brothel. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. It's a free clinic, okay? And you really complain if it's free?
Yes.
Well, fuck off. It's free. But you know, you get to see like at the beginning, you do get to see our pro tag all kind of like wrapped up and everything, and he's got like a big like van with him, or big wagon with that he's pulling in through a checkpoint. They're kind of just asking a bunch of generic questions. You see our pro tag on a wanted poster, wanted for like $800K, because he's like known as the mushroom eater. Or what it was like mushroom eater, or like mushroom caller, or whatever it was. Where basically what he has is like he has an arrow, right? And with this arrow, a bow and arrow, wherever he shoots the arrow, mushrooms like giant, just sprout out. And everyone thinks that mushrooms are the cause of the rust.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's something along those lines.
And it also very hints that Bisco is not the only one with this sort of ability.
Yeah,
because it references that he is simply a mushroom gatherer, I believe is what they called him.
Yep.
And it as in multiple. So there are others who apparently can do similar things as Bisco.
Yep.
It's just Bisco's apparently the most prominent,
like well known
at the moment.
Yeah. And they kind of how they talked about mushrooms, like mushrooms is like an outlawed thing because they believe rust comes from the mushrooms. They believe like it causes it. When it comes to Dr. Panda, he collects mushrooms to try to create antidotes. A cure for the rust. So he's collecting them all in secret, doing his thing. With that you get to see, I guess, like the government. You get to meet the governor, which also shout out to the voice actor. That guy is a very busy man. I always forget his name. His name.
As soon as he came on the screen, I recognized his voice.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
I can't think of your name, man.
Yeah, I mean it's it's Overhaul.
Yeah.
It's the Man in Black from To Your Eternity. It's Nanami from JJK. I mean, his voice is so recognizable. I mean, you can't not recognize it, especially in this case where he seems to be a dick. You can't not recognize this man's voice when it's a villain. Yeah. He's so good at that role of being a villain. So, shout out to him for being in the show. That's pretty cool. With his fucking bun squad. That
confused the hell out of me.
That killed me.
Literally, his people,
his posse,
all have rabbit heads. Like no one else has had animal heads, so there is no explanation as why they have this. Literally, everyone else is walking around normal. He's chilling with sunglasses, and then rabbit head crew.
Yeah, it's just like big, like over the top, like rabbit masks.
Yes,
like just for no fucking reason. I lost my shit when they popped up on screen. It was so funny.
And it even shows a character whose mask is like falls off, so they purposely have to wear these masks as uniform.
Which is fucking amazing to me. I love this. It's so stupid. I'm here for it. So what, at this point when you get to see all the, the fucking, rabbit head squad, the bun squad, this is also when Bisco now attacks his city and is firing fucking mushrooms all over the place. So you actually get to see him in action, how his ability works. And to give a little bit of a spoiler for like probably episode 2, so it's not much of a spoiler, is just, this is also just because it's on the synopsis, it's not an actual spoiler. So Bisco's mission is that he is trying to find a certain rare mushroom that will actually like eat away the rust. So his goal with sprouting these mushrooms is he's trying to help and return the world back to the way it was. But everyone in the world believes the mushrooms are the problem. And that's why him, and I'm assuming what you were saying, like with the other people that can do that, are considered outlaws and everyone fucking hates them and there's wanted posters for them because they believe it's the problem. Meanwhile, Bisco and his, I'm assuming people like him, know that it's not the problem, that it could be the fix.
I'm not so sure because as so far it seems it's just Bisco, some old guy he dragged along into Panda's clinic, and I assume Panda is going to be joining his crew.
Yeah. But just based on I guess the from what I've seen of like the art and stuff, and just the intro, I'm assuming he'll just be a prominent character for the group. Because Bisco is fascinated by this. Yes. Whenever he was running back to his like apartment, he was super excited about the mushrooms sprouting out. Meanwhile, his sister was like, "I'm about to go fucking throw down," basically. Like because she's obviously under the impression that mushrooms are the problem.
Why does her outfit as a commander have to have show so much skin?
Anime.
Like straight up. Like she started putting it on and I was like, why is there so many fucking holes?
Anime. That's why. So this is one that I actually really enjoyed because of how fucking stupid it is and how unique it is, because it's very unique, and that's the one thing that kind of like I thought was so interesting about it. But I'm actually very curious to see where the rest of this 11 episodes are going to go. With trying to find this super rare mushroom that can eat away the rust, whatever. So I personally really enjoyed this. I probably gave it like first episode like a B+. It was enough to really draw me into it because of how unique it was.
I mean, I'll be curious to see the next episode because it's going to jump back in time because we had some bit of time skipping in this episode. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming it's going to do it again next episode.
Yeah. What would you kind of give this grade? How would you recommend people checking it out?
I mean, at this point in time, I'd give it a B. As you said, it's an interesting concept and
very unique.
It's probably going to be a bit of a interesting ride.
That's one way to put it. After episode 1 alone, that is one way to put it.